everyone. So this week we are revisiting topics that we have missed in the past, and I realized that I missed a really long time ago. I think it was week 48, I believe. It was the coming out topic, which I thought was pretty important to cover, especially because my own coming out experience has been so unique. So I've been out for approximately 3 years, give or take a couple months, and yeah, I first came out at the beginning of my freshman year. I came from middle school super insecure and not very happy with myself, and when I went to high school, my high school is a very alternative, like, charter school, and we only have about 300 people now, and when I was in my freshman year, we only had like 200. So it was easy for me to kind of explore myself in a more identity-related way than it was in middle school when I kind of forced myself to be someone I wasn't. So, yeah, so at the beginning of my freshman year, I started experimenting with androgynous clothing, and binding, and names and pronouns and stuff like that. And I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I really went online for a lot of this and made profiles on things like Gaia or Neopets, and had people call me by male pronouns and names. This led to a more open experimentation of my identity, which led to me eventually starting to come out to my friends, asking them to call me, I think Alex was the first and last name that I ever asked people to call me. So yeah, that happened. That was pretty good. I came out to my friends. I didn't lose any friends because of my gender identity, which is crazy. I even gained some. So yeah, came out to my friends first in school. And then after that, I came out to my mom. And she was the first I told that my sexuality was different than straight. And she was the one that I really talked to about stuff like this in detail, and the one that I felt comfortable sharing this information with. And at the time, I have a really bad memory, so I don't actually remember exactly what happened. But yeah, all I know is that it took her a really long time to start really getting it right, and she still slips up-ish sometimes, but for the most part, my mom's been one of my biggest supporters for the past year. She's helping me on my way to testosterone sometime this summer, hopefully, and she's just been awesome and wonderful about this, and I'm so grateful. But at first she wasn't, 100% happy. After her, about a month or so after I told her, I decided to come out to my dad too. My dad's a little bit, I don't know how to put this. I want to say alternative, but I don't know. He's a different kind of parent than you would see a lot. He's more of a teenager than I am. That really helped me find the courage to come out to him. So yeah, I came out to him in a car, in a moving vehicle, on our way to some thing. I forget what we were doing. But yeah, he did not take it very well. He didn't like the idea of me being trans. He didn't really believe me. Neither of my parents really believed me at first, of course. I was this 14-year-old kid, and yeah, they didn't get it. But eventually they did. They're fine. But anyway, a little while later, about a year and a half later, I started dating this guy who was also trans, and he had just come out to everyone. He just started his transition, his mental transition. He actually just started T a little while ago. Congrats, Caden. But yeah, so we started dating for a little while, and we were getting really tired of people misgendering us constantly and using our legal names. And so basically we just kind of looked at each other and were like, okay, we need to get this across to these people somehow. And so we went up in front of the entire school and we said, hey, we're transgender, we do not like the names you've been calling us, we prefer these names, and we prefer these pronouns, and we would really appreciate it if you started calling us these things. And it actually worked. We didn't get beat up. We didn't get made fun of. People started respecting our pronouns and names, which was crazy. We were successful in our endeavor, and yeah, it's awesome. Next, I came out to my aunt, Heather, who is awesome and has been doing really well for someone raised in her situation and whose parents are blatantly disregarding my gender identity and preferred pronouns and name. She calls me by my preferred name. She still calls me her niece, and she still calls me by male or female pronouns, which is really annoying. But she's trying, and I get that it's hard for people. And then I came out to my grandmother on my mother's side, who is my only grandmother on that, or grandparent on that side. My grandpa died a while ago. So yeah, my grandma is trying. She's pretty much still using my legal name and female pronouns for me. Yeah. She took it fine, I guess, but she isn't super excited about the idea that one of her kids is, trans, and she doesn't really get it. And I told my aunt and those guys. Well, my mom told my aunt and her family, and that was not cool. But I think she kind of gets it now that you can't out people no matter what. Don't do it. Yeah, and then I came out to my grandparents on my dad's side. This was bigger than I thought it would be. So far, I'd had really, really, really positive coming out situations, and I hadn't really thought that it would be bad. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't, but it wasn't good, and it wasn't a positive experience. But so yeah, I came out to my grandparents. My grandma. Well, neither of them call me by either preferred name or pronouns. But my grandma is a little bit more accepting of the idea, but my grandpa is 100% absolutely not cool with it. And he doesn't make that abundantly clear, but he's asked my dad not to call me by my preferred name. I'm just kind of dealing with it. It's not good, but at least, I didn't get kicked out of the family or whatever. It was a lot more positive than I expected. But, I was also used to, people being like, oh, yeah, totally, we accept you no matter what. These people didn't accept it, and they didn't want it to happen, and they made it pretty clear, so. So yeah, all these people I actually talked to in person about this. I feel like talking to someone in person is one of the better ways to do it, just so you can get their reaction pretty quickly and figure out what they feel about it. And then you can discuss it afterwards, which is really good. Because sometimes there's things that they don't understand, or you use words that they don't understand. Maybe they don't even know what transgender means, and when you explain it, they still don't know what it means, and so you have to find a new way to explain it to them. It's good for them to be able to talk about it and share their feelings about it. And even if their feelings are wrong and they think that they have the right to dictate what your gender is, it's better than them, keeping it all inside, I guess, and feeling bitter at you about, leaving them in the dark about all of this. So I don't know. I've found that it's better to just tell them in person, and it's hard. It's really, really, really hard, and I've cried on a couple occasions. But and in the end, I feel like it's a lot better situation. That's all I gotta say about that. If you want to chat or ask me any questions, the link to my Facebook and Tumblr will be in the description box below, and you can always comment on my videos. So yeah, thanks for watching.